Welcome to another episode of the Southern Boating Podcast. I'm Ian Sneed.
I'm James Anderson.
And today we have a great episode for you. We're going to be talking about the Palm Beach International Boat Show. And this will be a quick turnaround as far as production. I hope you guys appreciate it. Remember to subscribe to the channel.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. And leave a comment and let us know about any of the vessels that you want to see, because we're going to be covering the boat show on all our social media channels. So you'll see the little bar, telling you to follow us here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more prevalent if they've watched this episode and they want to keep track of what we're doing during the show.
Yeah.
Because what we talk about today, there'll be additional stuff that we're covering throughout the show, because we'll have opportunities that just come to us. And if you want to see some of that, you definitely want to tune into our social channels.
Now, today we're talking about let's call them manufacturers, right?
Five manufacturers.
I'm going to run through those real quick, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of everything. First, we're going to talk about Scout, right? Because they have something incredible that I think a lot of people are looking forward to.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Then we're going to talk about Sunreef. We're going to talk about Marex.
Yep. New to the United States.
Yes. And I was looking at their vessels, and I'm actually excited to see them in person.
Pretty intriguing,
pretty cool,
right?
Yeah. Invincible.
And their new cat.
Yep. And then finally, Kadey-Krogen.
Yes.
So we're kind of touching on all flavors of boating today.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got a little taste of everything just from this episode. But like I said, stay tuned to us throughout the week and during the weekend on our social channels, because there may be more. There may be a lot more. We never know. I mean, we could get busy and just roll with it the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So let's start off with one that I have just been crazy about, right? I've busted your chops about it. I've busted everybody's chops about it. And that's the Scout, the new Scout that's out, the 670 LXS.
Yes.
And this thing just is amazing. I can't wait to see it in person. Steve has already had the opportunity to see this in person, and I'm a little jealous. I'm not going to lie. Now, I've seen a lot of footage online, and this thing just looks amazing.
So for the record, the vessel, the 670 LXS, is the largest outboard-powered sport yacht ever built.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
So I want to make sure that is clear, that when we're talking about being excited to see something, it's because it's the first of its kind.
Right. 5 Mercury V-12 600s, so 3,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
Amazing. Right? You're talking a top speed of roughly 60 miles per hour, cruising speed of 40 miles per hour, and a range of about 500 miles.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a get to fishing fast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's really kind of neat. And it's not really just a fishing boat. This is
it's
a
an
fishing
all-purpose vessel.
and entertaining, cruising.
Yep.
I mean, you literally, when you look at this thing, you know right away that it's everything you want to do.
The entertaining pieces that I read, bow seating is expansive with options for sunbathing.
It's 67 feet on an outboard powered
boat.
Everything's
everything's going to have space, right? The hydraulic balconies, both to port and starboard, that fold down and help you create a massive aft deck, right, with mezzanine seating. So just that right there, when you're thinking about how expansive the bow is, how expansive the cockpit is, all of that, you're just thinking to yourself, okay,
the
I have
beam's already a little over
fun
16
here.
feet.
I can have a lot of fun. Yeah.
So you drop down those balconies and you get even more. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Right? Really good entertaining vessel. I can't wait till we step foot on it, get a tour of it, and get some footage of our own on it, because I've watched everybody else's at this point.
Absolutely.
So let's move on to something else that I'm excited to see. So we're talking about Sunreef, and specifically the 60 Power Eco.
Yeah.
And how you can look at this boat and spot that it's an Eco. It is covered with solar panels.
So when I saw the photos, I thought this actually looks like what I would imagine. How would I say it?
It's like futuristic looking.
Yeah, I was going to say more so like if Batman decided he wanted a solar powered vessel, this is what he would make. I don't know. That's just how I looked at it, just right off the bat. It has great style, it has great lines.
It really
does. And then the
does.
way it incorporates the sun panels on the side, I'm like, wow, I could see Batman just cruising.
Right. To me, I took like the sci-fi approach with it. I was like, it looks like something NASA built.
Okay.
Right, because it's got solar panels all over
that.
things. It's got cool lines. It looks a little bit like a spaceship.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, this is really cool.
This will be the U.S. premiere
of the 60
vessel.
Power eco.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So some of the things that I took away from this is that with the Eco version, it'll have twin 120 kilowatt electric engines, right? Very neat. And then its batteries, they're lithium-ion batteries, but they're specially designed for the Sunreef. So they are smaller in size and more powerful than what you normally see. So I'm really interested to learn a little bit more about their power systems and how they're generating power, because there were several different things that I had read on their website of how they generate power via either solar, hydropower, and wind power. So I'm going to be very intrigued and have lots of questions when we get a time to sit with them.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Absolutely. I'm really into kind of the green thing, and making something like this really kind of intrigues me, because one of the things I always think that's really neat with these eco-friendly or, battery powered, electric powered, whatever we want to call it, is the cruising silent, right? It's something that sailors enjoy, but those of us in the power world, we don't really get to enjoy. So now there's a power option that's going to be completely silent, and it's interesting to me. So all you hear is the water and your surroundings, and to me that's ultimately blissful. I spend all day on the phone, so when I get home, I usually like silence.
Yeah, makes sense.
So when I'm on vacation, I love my silence.
Yep.
So,
and then next is Marex boats.
So Marex is relatively new to the U.S., and we're going to see 3 different models with Marex. We have the 310 Sun Cruiser,
Yeah.
the 330 Scandinavia,
Yep.
and the 360 Cabriolet.
Yes.
Now, when I looked at all 3 of these boats, the one thing that I took away from all 3 of them is how much they've incorporated and how to make it look simplistic.
So for me, it's that the looks part is very, I want to say, uniform in a good way. You know what I mean? Like, and we've talked about this in other episodes where I really appreciate when a company puts its own brand in its styling, and Marex does that so well and makes it look so good.
So there's some things that I took away, like the 330 Scandinavia, the pilot door that it has.
That's what I wrote down.
The mounting rack. So if you are an avid outdoor person and you're doing some cruising to where you want to bring some extra toys along, kayak, paddleboard, your bicycle, whatever, you can have that mounting rack. Or you can put a solar panel up there, right? The swim platform with the pull-down bench, I thought that was really kind of a nice way to use some extra space. And then the one that I really, really am interested to see, the double dashboard on the 330 Scandinavia. So one's up, and one's down right in front of you. I'm really interested to see that because that's kind of, we see that on commercial vessels, but we don't see it really in our leisure vessels. I think that that's really kind of a smart way to handle things, because your co-pilot can easily glance over and be watching the radar on your upper dashboard, right, and watching out for things for you, or paying attention a little bit so you can get that extra eyes, right? And then the 360 Cabrio, I mean, this thing just looks like a perfect entertaining vessel.
Yeah.
When I looked at it, looking at all the pictures and everything.
Yeah.
And then again, like you said, their design cues flow throughout all 3 of their models.
Yeah, the 360 Cabriolet, the note that I took was it has one of the largest convertible cockpits in its class.
Yes.
And so when you look at the photos and you see how it opens up, it's while still keeping their design cues,
right,
I thought was really well done. Very, very classy, very sophisticated, very clean the whole way through.
The other thing that I noticed on the 360 was their cockpit canopy and how it's stored. So I'm interested to see that, because I thought that was very intuitive to kind of hide it in the superstructure of the vessel. So it's there when you need it, easy to get it in place. Boom. Because I mean, you've lived in Florida now for a little while. You know how quick the weather changes on us. Right? It's beautiful, it's beautiful, it's beautiful, and then we get in 6 inches of rain in half an hour.
So this morning, it's beautiful outside. I walk inside and then I look out my window and it's no longer beautiful. I'm like, what's going on? I walk back out I don't know, an hour later, and it's beautiful again. I was like, what just happened? I feel like the sky frowned. Yeah, Invincible has their new 36-foot cat.
Yes.
Right? it has 36 feet length overall, 11 foot 8-inch beam, a max horsepower of 1,200 horsepower.
Right, and it's not just like so. When I was going over this boat, one of the things that keep coming up to me is the build sheet and all of the options you can get on this boat. Mm-hmm. And I was just like amazed, like of all the options that they'll let you have. You could really make this basically a custom vessel with all of its options. Really nobody's really going to have the same exact one with all the same exact build specs that you have, right? Mm-hmm. Just looking at all the different power options, I was like, wow, that's a lot.
But you also know that anybody that gets it, like, because this vessel was purpose built. I wrote this down from their website because it was a perfect description from what I was. Obviously, you could see it right from the get-go. Mm-hmm. Purpose built for serious offshore fishing, right? They have a raised chine, aggressive style lines, the deflection spray system to make sure that you can hit rough waters and still stay clean. Like, you could tell this was really meant to take you offshore so you can go fishing as fast as possible.
Good ride too.
And yes, and it's very enjoyable as far as like the control that you have.
Right.
Yeah.
I expect nothing less from Invincible.
Yeah,
I mean, they build great boats. They always have. Everybody that knows that has an Invincible is very, very happy. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't surprise me. I was just really surprised when I pulled up the build sheet and I see all of these options. And that just speaks to me that they have a huge variety of clients that come to them and buy boats. Mm-hmm. Because why else are they offering all these options, right?
Right, yeah.
So
yeah, that's very, very true. And then finally, I think one of the ones that you're excited to talk about, the 60 Open.
I've got a little trawler love in me.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I want to go slow.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, it's Kadey-Krogen's 60 Open has its hole number 1 debut at Palm Beach. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you're a trawler fan.
I like a trawler.
I actually like the design of the 60 Open from what I've seen.
Right. It's a unique classic design. Mm-hmm. Kadey-Krogen's are known for building very quality trawlers. All the way from its twin screws with the twin John Deeres, 200 horsepower John Deeres. There's a lot of options on it. The cleanliness of their designs, their engine rooms, no nonsense, nothing that you don't need. Their Kadey-Krogen always looks to be, dependable, reliable, mm-hmm. And that's what they've built their name on, and they're still that same way.
Yeah.
And this one with its 3 staterooms, right, set up is very interesting because this could be a good family trawler, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's very, very interesting to see. I'm going to be excited because I can remember hearing about this boat, I want to say 2 years ago in Newport, mm-hmm. and now it's here.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested with this one, with this trawler setup with the 60 Open. So it's got 1,800 gallons of fuel capacity. Mm-hmm. I wonder how far that's really going to take you with the twin 200 John Deeres.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole idea of this, right? How far can I go?
Yeah. So do us a favor, leave us a comment. Let us know which of the vessels that we talked about you'd be most interested in seeing, mm-hmm. or if there's something else that that's going to be at Palm Beach that you want us to cover.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys know of somebody at Palm Beach and you want us to get on board, let us know, and we will do our best to make sure that we can get on board and get some footage. But other than that, please pay attention to the social posts that are going on during the weekend or during the week, the early days of the boat show, and really enjoy, because I know I'm going to enjoy myself going on board a lot of these vessels and seeing what's new. And just Palm Beach. I love Palm Beach. There's a reason I live up there. It's just Palm Beach in March, man, I don't think it gets much better.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's gorgeous.
Palm Beach is definitely up there as far as like this time of year. It's hard to beat. Yeah. It's so hard to beat.
Oh, and the water in Palm Beach is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just gorgeous.
All right, take us out.
So until next time, I'm James Anderson.
I'm Ian Sneed.
We'll see you next episode.
And I forgot to tell you, I'm going to try to get this out on Wednesday, not on Saturday, because...
Oh, so you're making the announcement now to me while we're recording?
While we're recording.
Cool.
Yeah. So, with that said...
Surprise!
Yeah. That's what's up.